Hello everyone, I am Tacet, and welcome to the Gems of War Guild Wars, week 42, day 1. It is a red day, and today we are going to be finally messing around with Guai. I don't believe we messed with him much or at all last week, so we're going to be giving that another attempt. Right now I am using slightly the incorrect hero class. I don't know if I should go switch it or not, because I kind of want to have it for later, but we're currently using the Divine Hero class, which still gets a boost on this weapon, which is nice, but it doesn't start with half mana, which is the only concern, but it does give us an extra yellow, which is kind of cool, so I guess overall it kind of helps with our Infernus, so we're going to leave it for now and just see how exactly it pans out. Alchemist, Guai, Infernus, and the Dawnbringer, and hopefully we get the quick get the quick Alchemist into a quick Infernus, and can then just kind of go from there. So, yep, we're going to give it a shot. We are up against all of the annoying dwarves this week, so we will have to deal with all that. Other than that, should be okay. Or I should say today, not all week. This is the only day we have to deal with them, because everyone sets it as a red day counter. And we do have -1 green, but it's at a trade-off to try to get our other colors up quicker. So hopefully that will end up working out. Right off the bat, he does have his triple hit. I believe he has enough damage. Let's see, that's 120. That will not one-hit anything, which is good for us. So we should be safe. We'll go take a brown here. He'll do whatever. And yes, he hits 120 on our hero, but it does indeed live. And that is a lot of damage to have to deal with, but as long as it doesn't actually die down, then we're okay. So we'll go take that. That does not give us alignment, because it's actually 4 times there. But that does, and we can do it on purple, it looks like, and because that's our only option, it looks like it is mandatory. So go for that. Got our Dawnbringer, which is really important, so now we won't die. And we can also get to full mana here. I should actually wait a turn. He's most likely going to waste his turn, so I'll do that. I don't want to waste that mana to only get 4, so we're going to do that, and that gives us the 4 we needed, plus all the 1 for the Dawnbringer. We take that as well, get a full Dawnbringer, take the skull, and now we're just perpetually barriered. And we will need 1 more board clear to actually be able to align him, hopefully. I do want to cast him for alignment if we can. Not fully mandatory, but if we could do something just like that, that is perfect. So we'll get that down. We have it again. We could throw it if we want, though it doesn't really matter, because we could just simply throw a Dawnbringer at this point to kill all 3 instead of just 2. And that is ideally what we'll do for all 5 of the battles here. Will that happen? We will not know until it actually happens. But that is the plan with this team. Alright, we'll go into this. Let's see. Yep, same concept, different team. Almost all 5 of them will be. I'm kind of surprised, though. For whatever reason, I also didn't bother setting all my defend teams yet, because I'm still thinking on what I might set for a couple of them. I might even change this later. But I'm really surprised by this. 0-14. What happened? Like, all of a sudden, it went absolute 100% fail. I don't know, did something happen recently that made this team ridiculously weak? Or does something have a bonus this week that happens to be good against them? I don't think there are. Not that I can recall. But yeah, this week just went horribly, horribly bad. 0-14. I've never seen it get 0 loses like that. Anyways, and we're even up against like the exact same thing in almost every battle. It's kind of strange. Anyways, let's go into the next battle. Yeah, I don't need to go back, right? Yeah, I don't need to change anything. I just wanted to double check if he had something weird that I might need to adapt to. Like, for example, if one of these people randomly put a Spirit Fox on their team, we'll be in a bit of a trouble, actually, because this team does not function against a Spirit Fox, though realistically, almost no one's running Spirit Fox on a red day. It wouldn't be horrible to, because there are a lot of good yellows on red day, but most people use on yellow because it's just a lot easier. There's many, many yellows that are yellow dependent. Not only because they need it for their mana, but because they spam it. Okay, we almost got him up. I'm surprised we didn't lose the Alchemist the first time around. It is very easy to lose Alchemist on the team that we're using right now. We'll go move that. I want to keep the browns there in case we don't have any alignment, and we don't, so that will be perfect. Oh, no, we do. We actually have it on purple. The only issue with getting rid of purple, though, is, of course, we use it for our other guy. If purple would give us full mana right now, I would go for it. Let's see, we'd get that. That'd be 10 mana. We get the extra 3, yes. Taking yellow would be full mana for Infernus, so we would get a board clear, so it is worth going for. So I'm going to go for that. That gives us all of our mana. Plus we get some excess into our hero. And because he's about to hit us, I think we go for the barrier first. Oh, before I do, move that over. We go for the barrier first. Hope he casts instead of taking the skull, and he does. Perfect, exactly what I needed him to do. Unfortunately, he took it on the first slot, the hit right there. So we'll just throw in Infernus, ideally get those skulls out the way. I need to try keeping this Alchemist alive if we can. Not the biggest of deal if he goes down, but the longer we can keep him up, the more yellow feed we get, and then we get very easy Dawnbringers, as well as Infurnaces, which loops us a little bit more mana. And there we go, we have them both within range. Not really that many purples since we keep converting them, but we'll go throw that down. Still get a pretty big hit down. Free turn. And is that skull really enough damage? It is. It only has 25% skull reduction. So we take that, and down it goes. And if it wasn't, we still had everything else. Oops, did I have Dawnbringer there, and I didn't even cast it? Well, I guess the skull gave us more mana. So overall, I guess that was better. Penguin is the reason for 14-0? Why? This team works pretty nice with Penguin. Only if you can get into one-shot range, though. I guess because of more HP kingdoms, it's not one-shot range anymore. That could be the case. Because, like, right now, what we're looking at right now, that's 120 damage. That is not one-shot. That would one-shot only our Guai, mainly because he has such a ridiculously high attack. Or not really too high, but once we get him to Mythic, he'd have a ridiculously high attack. Right now, he looks like everything else. But, yeah, that's not enough to one-shot anything on our team right now. Also, is 10% actually giving 10%? Why does it seem like it's giving more than 10%? Because those stats look so much higher on the ones that have the 10% bonus. Compared to, like, an Alchemist, which is only at, 100 and... math. 30, no. 25. 125, which is almost one-shot range. If he gets hit by anything, he goes down into one-shot range. Everything else... Oh, and Guai, but everything else won't be. Like, Infurnace, Dawnbringer. If worse came to worse, most of the time, as long as they don't have mass mana drain, we could win off of just Infurnace, Dawnbringer. It has a ridiculously high mana cost, but both the abilities are really efficient for what they do for their mana. So we could take a Skull Green. Not really worth going. Might as well poke him. He doesn't actually use green on his team, so yeah, we'll just move that. He'll get all that, but he, other than the Skull, he doesn't actually get any value out of it. And please tell me we have an Alchemist. Yes, we do. We have it on green, which is perfect to get rid of since that's our -1. And now we have our Infurnace. Gonna be a little while till we get him to full mana since we did just convert out the green, but it was gonna take him a while anyways. But like when we cast her, he's gonna get almost no mana. We have our Alchemist up. Actually, it might have almost been better to use him in the last slot. The only reason I'm kind of using him more up front is in case he gets, in case worse comes to worse, so we can start using 25% Skull Reflect. Okay, we're going for, well, we could get quite a bit if we go for that, but I don't need most of that mana, so we'll throw in Furnace for now. Get some damage down. I need to get that Dawnbringer up, but I don't have good alignment. We'll throw it on blue. Okay, that is enough mana. Never mind, that is perfect alignment then. We'll go throw this down. He won't be able to hit us. So now he'll do nothing with his one shot. We'll throw in Furnace, and that's pretty much win. There we go. Actually, I think that is win. Yep, that is indeed enough damage, and down it goes. And it was even still our turn after all of that as well. Yep, that's what the team is supposed to do. Actually, one thing that's kind of funny is if we go up against Freeze, see, that's the exact same that's the exact team we used. Lord Ironbeard, Lady Ironbeard, Penguin, and Highforge. Also, we finally got Mythic Highforge as well. He's the only thing is not Penguin, is the only one not upgraded, but we'll go into this. Penguin doesn't really matter much. He's only there for the +5 to the blues. Because look at what that brings them to, 46. Now they have one-shot range. That's the whole reason for putting a Penguin there. Though they cannot hit our Infurnace and our hero down. Okay, what do we even need here? We'll go take a... Oh, I want the brown. I'll take the brown. There's no follow-up, though. Unless he drops it for us. There we go, we got a red. Exactly what we needed. One issue, though. We do not have alignment right now. And that is pretty bad, because I can't do anything to his cast. So we're just going to have to let him hit and hope he doesn't go for Alchemist, though there's a very high chance he's going to go for it. I guess plan B could be bait him out on the Skull. There's really no point in even casting him, because anything we move is only going to get one single pair. So I guess we take purple, hope it surges, throw in Furnace, hope he doesn't get targeted, hope he takes a Skull and go from there. Up to didn't even surge. And he targeted that one. Well, I guess that's better than Alchemist. Well, if I take this now, he gets the free browns, which I don't want to give him because that gives him a free hit, which might also one-shot us. Because I haven't damaged her enough yet. It could still one-shot the Alchemist. So right here, even though we don't use it anymore, I'm going to take the green. We get some browns, which we don't use, and some very lucky browns into an extra turn. Wow. Very nice formation there. Even a 5 times. Too bad we don't use the mana anymore, but we'll go throw a red over. Oh, shuffle. That's not good. Do we have an alchemist now, though? That'd be very convenient if we did, because I need some barrier. We do not, but we'll go do this to shuffle up the board some. There we go. Very nice. Very lucky again. Thread it down on greens. Gives us mana, more mana, more mana, and more mana. There we go. We got Dawnbringer finally. Take the browns. Get everything up. Yeah, you only got the one shot down. We should be fine on everything else. We don't have a summon, though, so I have no way of replacing that out. So we'll go take those reds that it didn't take for whatever reason. Throw the Infernus, and now he's just one shot away. I will need a natural ability, though. Oh, really? Okay, well, he gets the summon now, so we have to go kill through that as well. Luckily, it's one of the weakest possible things he could have summoned, so it's not that big a deal. Go throw that. Just get a Skull Poke. No alignment. Oh, never mind. I was going to go cast what's-his-name. I forgot. We kind of don't have him anymore. Dawnbringer, you're enough to kill, so we'll do that, and then this kills him off the Infernus damage. And down it goes. Also, I didn't even say hello, all the hellos. Hello, RapPF. Hello, Derek. Hello, Captain. Hello, William. Hello, Adam. Hello, Sean. Hello, Xavier. Hello, Felica. Hello, Adam. Hello, Timothy. Hello, Daniel. Hello, Felica. Oops, I dare say that. Hello, Nagatsu. Hello, Marcelo. And I believe that's everyone. And welcome, everyone. Okay, let me go through all the questions now. Can you have a look at the Guild Elite Key in the shop on Xbox? It's only $5 instead of the full price, 1,000 seals. I think they were doing that as some kind of special thing. I'm not on either of the console versions, though. The PC version is the only version I ever play on, so I wouldn't know much about it. I think they were doing it as a one of the console exclusives. Sometimes they do have console exclusives. There's even some armors on the consoles that PC Mobile doesn't even have as well. Most of them are completely useless, but they do have some things that are unique to it, as well as some specials here and there. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, no, hopefully they fix that next patch. I don't know for sure if they're going to be fixing that or not. In Guild Wars, do you benefit using the color of the day or winning the match by any means necessary? Yes, for Guild Wars, it is almost near mandatory to use pure color for the day. Defending, it doesn't matter, but for invading, it does. Because when you invade with the pure color, you get all these bonuses right here. For every red troop that we use when we invade, we get 50% extra points. This might be lower if your guild statue thing is under level 100, but once you get it to level 100, it would give the full 50% of points. Regardless, you'll have some kind of percent here that you get as a bonus for using whatever the pure color day is. And yeah, it's definitely highly advised using all four every single day when invading. For defending, it doesn't matter, but for invading, it does. You can get away with using 3 in one other troop if you don't happen to have a good pure 4-color team. And let's get into this final battle. He has a bunch of one-shots again. Hopefully it will not turn out like it did the previous one. I almost kind of want to get rid of Guai for something else. He's not really doing much in many of these battles, surprisingly. I know this whole entire team is kind of made to be... This team was made for the purpose of using him in the first place. But I kind of want to put a Dark Maiden or something there. Get herself a good convert or something. Oh, no, I can't do that because Dark Maiden... I don't know if we have a backup plan for that. I know that this video was, or this stream was kind of supposed to be testing him. But I do want to replace him out real quick just to see. Because given that he's currently legendary, he doesn't have enough durability to survive a one-shot. So I want to put something there, almost doesn't even matter what it is as long as it's red-green, that is capable of surviving a one-hit. So yeah, let me go do that. Red-green, apply filter. Oops, no wonder I keep bringing up the wrong thing. Click all colors already. Okay. Does anything have a bonus this week under this? Pride Guard. The only problem is it's useless. We could put a summoner here. I don't believe he has a +1 though. I need a +1 mana. Does anything here have a link? We got Marilith and we got Dark Maiden. Both of which are within one-shot range. Or is it? Let me see. Well, how much damage is he doing? He's doing 40. Oh, wait, never mind. He's doing 45. He has Penguin. What's 45 times 3? That's 135. Alchemist. Dead. Guai, dead. Infernus, not dead? Yeah, not dead. And Dawnbringer should also not be dead. Okay, so all those are good. Now, we need to replace out Guai with something that has at least 135 durability under red-green. Actually, technically it doesn't have to be that color, but ideally, yes. So, let's see. Options that we have. Not high enough, not high enough, not high enough, not high enough, not high enough. It would be after one cast, though. Though it would take too long to cast. Catcher's the Bull. Interesting. It would also make it so we cover brown afterwards. A little clunky in the team, but it does benefit from having more reds as well. which we're going to have from the Storm. If Marilith was, that'd be perfect. Pride Guard, not worth using. Worldbreaker, one-shots. Huh. Wow, there is not much that is viable. You know what, I'm just going to keep Galway there. I'll keep it. Let's just hope it doesn't go bad. Because the things that we do have to choose from are not really that good. Okay. Skull, we're going to deliberately let him have. The only problem is the rest of this board is not good for us. I need to take browns and reds as quickly as possible, none of which are available. No, I can't even drop the skull into it, so yep, we're just going to move a weirdly weird move. But it does indeed give us red. Please get a brown. Nope, not a brown. He has full mana already. Will he one-shot the Alchemist? Probably. I'm still taking the mana regardless. Or did we go for Infernus mana? No, I gotta take brown, because what if it takes brown? Oh, good! The AI was dumb enough not to go for one-shot. The only slight issue we have now is, yeah, I kind of don't have anywhere to use Alchemist. That is a pretty big issue, because he's kind of just sitting there, doing nothing. So, we'll just take a red here. Still nowhere to use Alchemist. This time I do need to take the Skull. We also get free purple from it, so might as well. Well, we have an Alchemist spot. Well, we had an Alchemist spot. Well, that didn't last long. Well, he's down. Okay. Plan B. Get Infernus up off of just single pairs. Yeah, this could be a lose. He has 2 one-shots now. Probably going to kill Galway with one. And not sure what he'll do with the other. I could go for a blue into a green and to hope we get a yellow. Or we could just go into the yellow and hope we get a random purple, and then that gives us full Infernus, which we can cast next turn. Though, it might kill Infernus too. I'm going to take it this way, though. Nope, we didn't get any of the extra turn. He does indeed go for the Infernus kill, so good thing we did it that way. Well, it's still not over yet, though it is heading towards that direction. But we do have 2 very solid... Oh! I could have gotten a free Galway there. Oops. That was aligned. That was aligned. I could have gone for it. Oh, well. We'll go for the barrier there. Get a nice poke down. Whatever it does will not hit. We still have the other barrier. I will take a skull here, since we didn't take the free Galway. So we're going to have to wait on that again. Actually, let's take another skull. That will knock him out. Still don't have it for free, but that does give more mana than it would have before, so I guess we go for it now. Get that double poke. Also, I believe he has gained enough HP at this point that he will live through a one-shot. Or never mind, he doesn't even have one-shot anymore. He does have his summon, though, so hopefully he doesn't create another really annoying troop out of it. That'll be barriered. Do I take the skull? I believe I will. Oh, no. I won't be able to kill it that way. How much damage do you have? Yeah, I don't take the skull. There's a reason why I'm not taking the skull. He's gonna summon in first slot. Normally, we'd be able to take the skull and then kill him out with a single red. But we're not going to be able to do that. And we're most likely just going to be killing him off the ability. And since our ability is enough damage, we don't need to poke at it. So it'd be a waste to take it right now. We'll just take the blue. Oh, we got it for free. So I guess we took it regardless. Oh, good. That is the worst thing he probably could have summoned. All it does is kill itself. And we could easily barrier against it. So that's perfectly fine. We'll throw a Dawnbringer here. Take 1 little mana. He's most likely going to take that skull. Well, not the way I thought you would take it, but that's even better. Gives us free alignment. Take that. And no alignment, but we'll throw some damage. Do we take blues? Should I try getting another barrier? I guess we wait. Maybe we'll get alignment. Well, that's not that, but we'll go for it. And now we'll go Dawnbringer into the final blow, and that's match. Well, that went a lot worse than it should have. But we did it with all Galway, so at least we get to see what he scores. Based on how bad that went the last 2 times, probably like 9,100. We lost 2 troops on the last battle and lost a lot of points. And let's see. Oh, no, that's actually pretty decent. I guess because we did so much better on the previous ones. But yeah, 9,245. It's actually not too bad. Still not really happy with this team, to be honest. But at least it's something different that we got to try. Was worth a shot. But yeah, I was still trying to find that really good Galway red team. I haven't found anything super over the top yet. Found plenty of things that have been decent. But nothing that really... I don't know, just doesn't really seem to utilize them well. I would assume like something that can create red on red day would be really nice. I think the main thing that makes him feel kind of clunky is the fact that you can just use Dark Maiden instead. And Dark Maiden has a much more controllable mana generation compared to him. Of course, he has a lot of damage though, which makes up for that for sure. Anyways, maybe once he gets to Mythic, we'll be able to mess around with him some more. We'll be able to do that next week, by the way, because it's the event for the Shentang Kingdom, so we'll be able to easily get him to Mythic. But anyways, let's go into a bunch of the other stuff. We have all of our divines ready to go, so let's just go mess with divines. Our hero class is also still set as divine, so we'll be able to mess around with all that. I'm most likely going to be doing that most of this week, unless I need it for Guild Wars specifically to switch. But we'll most likely be staying as divine and or as the priestess class, so that we can utilize the bonus that we get from that. Mainly using it with with Divine Isabella, so we can get those 50% starting mana for whatever our hero weapon happens to be. Let's see. What was the other thing I need to go check? Reading through all the chats. A friend of yours told you that someone called Ozball on the forums confirmed the release of 3.3 tomorrow? Oh no. That means I need to go do the video tomorrow morning, hopefully. Okay. Whenever I get around to that early tomorrow morning. Well, it probably won't be too early tomorrow morning. But yeah, I do need to get around to that then. The best teams video, because we won't have much time. So we'll throw that down. Actually, maybe I'll stay up and just do it later tonight at this point. Because I do like archiving them. And there's a lot of stuff that came in this patch, that is for sure. They don't even know what to do for some of the teams. Well, some of them we've kind of already have constructed as well, but we'll figure something out for that. Okay, what do we even have here? Red is aligned. It's frozen though, but I'm still going to go for it, because why not? And that is indeed dead. What on earth do we... Oh, never mind. I keep forgetting. It has cleanse on it, so you don't need to worry about freeze stuff. I keep forgetting that. Out of everything it has, I keep thinking it's only 2 enchant. I forget that the cleanse is also a thing. Because more often than not, you don't get to trigger the cleanse. But of course, that's a really easy freeze counter. Also, hello Timothy! And hello Dane. And Brittany. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. So the best team, you can stay your best in defense. But yes, you put your best defend teams in. But there is a different requirement for the defend teams though. While you can set any colors for the defends, to get the maximum amount of points, you have to use a different, all different troops for every single defense. So across all of your defends, you need to use 24 different troops total. They can be whatever color you want, like you can mix and match. It doesn't need to be pure color for the day, but you do need to use 24 different troops, completely different. And you can't repeat like 2 of the exact same into a single team. You can, but you earn less points if you do so. So realistically, there's really no point in doing so. Okay, what do we even need here? Do we have anything? Let's go World Breaker. And then whatever we throw into that after is match. Oh, that is not the color I meant to hit, though it worked out still, so I guess that's fine. And actually, I could have just taken that skull, but World Breaker it down. Let's see. How much gems worth you throw to try to get the Corvash? You spent 700 and still no drop. How many more do you have left? That's the question. Because you don't want to overthrow too much. Because you can easily just Soulforge craft him later or randomly pick him up from a key. Corvash is pretty useful. He's going to be even more useful next patch when he can finally stun things that have immune to mana drain. Because that's going to be one of your only really viable ways of getting immune to mana drain off of troops is via a Corvash, fully traded. Well, not fully traded too, but ideally fully traded. Because if he's not fully traded and they have immune to mana drain, you wouldn't be able to pre-stun them. And you would need to pre-stun in order to actually land your own mana drain that he has. But, I don't know, I wouldn't go further than, like, maybe 100 or 150 keys. Anything beyond that's probably going a bit too far if you didn't already get him in that many. But he's definitely worth having. I use him in every Brown Guild War day, pretty much ever. I don't think there's been a single Brown Guild War day I haven't used him, and he's a great utility just in general. I don't use him much in PvP anymore, mainly because at this current moment in time there isn't much of a need to disable specific traits, but there will become more of a need to do that into the future. Okay. What do we even need here? I guess a Gorgulfa? Let me move that real quick. Go for the Gorgulfa. I mean, not the Gorgulfa. Well, it does something somewhat similar. It does as many explosions as a Gorgulfa, but he does a lot more damage. Of course. All those greens, and we don't have any of them next to yellows, which we need for an extra turn. So we'll go move that. That doesn't really help us much, though. Do I have this convert anywheres? No. Why is there so few yellow on the board? We'll go move that over. Not like either of us remove yellow, or maybe I did and I didn't notice. No, I don't even have anything that can remove yellow. So we'll go for this. That gives us our alignment finally. I get a lot of skull damage out of that. Get another convert just for ideally magic, which we didn't end up getting, unfortunately. Throw the mercy down because we can. And now we have a bunch of HP to have to tear through, which is going to be pretty easy to take down. Even if he keeps boosting up his armor and everything. Not that big a deal. Do we get a Mercy in there? Why not? Throw a Mercy down. See if we have alignment here. No, we do not. I guess go Warbreaker. I could have gone for a bunch more extra turns still, but no need. We'll go and get a Convert here. Yeah, we'll get that. Get our skull down there. Take another skull. And anything we do will indeed kill it out. So one more and down it goes. Let's see. Oh, what does it say on Reddit? I don't even realize people still use the Gems of War Reddit. Oh, never mind. This is something else. Let's see. What is this a list of? I see a bunch of sale things. Why is Gems of War on here? Oh, yeah. Gems of War. Dwarven Avatar Pack. Gems of War. Guild Elite. Sir Gawain Starter Pack. Oh, yeah. You guys have a bunch of sales for that. Yeah, I know Steam actually has some exclusive ones, too. Well, not exclusive, but they have some 2 different options for sale things. If I go over to their page real quick, they have, I believe it's Desdemona. Back when she first came out, they still have that there. When it was actually added, it was when she was initially added to the game. Let me see, 1 second. I need to figure out where to get there. View Games Library. View Store Page. Let's see. Actually, they're probably not on sale anymore because they were probably on sale for the thing. But yeah, they have 2 of them. They're both extremely overpriced at the moment, though, at their base price. But it's some kind of starter bundle that has a bunch of keys and some other bundle that has a Desdemona. Neither of them are really worth it unless they're on a pretty major sale. The ones on Steam. And also, Desdemona is pretty rarely used these days. The only time Desdemona is really used is as anti-Daemon. The only problem with anti-Daemon, though, is a good majority of Daemon teams run with Gorgultha first slot if they're running all Daemons. And Gorgultha has a pretty good immunity to skulls. So that doesn't really work out. Also, a lot of people aren't really using Famine anymore. So Desdemona isn't really even that good these days. Can I do a Wild Folk team? Pure Wild Folk isn't really worth using at the moment. I know there's a troop that starts with 50% all Wild Folk mana. The biggest confliction that it has at the moment is a lot of Wild Folk already start with a good majority of their mana, like with Fast already. So having a troop that does that doesn't really help much. It's not the weakest possible classification of troop, but it's weak enough that I personally would not really ever bother using a 4x Wild Folk team or even a majority Wild Folk team. The only really viable Wild Folk currently in the game that tends to get used a lot is Ragnagord. And that's mainly because he automatically starts at half mana and he has a really good explosion. He has one of the cheapest mass explosions in the game at only a 7 mana cost, assuming you have the fast trait on him. Okay, this could be a little bad right here. He's getting a lot of stuff and I have nothing to really do against it. And we're frozen a bunch. We only get a 1 in 3 chance if we try doing it via this troop. I guess we could go for it. The only problem here is we don't have any alignment other than on red. I guess technically we could get rid of red and just hope we get lucky. So I think that's what we're going to do. We got, nope, that is not lucky. Ah, that is super not lucky. And that is just match right there. We might as well just retreat because we are dead. Nope, didn't get it that time around. Okay, we'll go one more match with this one. And then probably go do dungeons because I still haven't done that yet. Yeah, I guess I can go do a Wild Folk team. I can go show probably one of the more viable ones. Though even the more viable one isn't really that viable, but we'll still go mess with it after this. Ah, Spirit Fox. I should have double checked to see if it had one. This team is really annoying against one. Still winnable. Very easily winnable. Oops. It would if I actually took the manas. Fail. He's going to get that down. So we'll go take that. Get a bunch of manas. He's going to go get a rag. Oh, he has Famine. Yeah, we lost. It's over. So, apparently tomorrow we will finally have the immunities we need to never need to deal with these mana drain spam teams again. It's going to be wonderful. Could you imagine never seeing a Scion ever again? It will be a very good sight to see. Okay. It'll start next patch. Which is apparently tomorrow, based on some words. Though it's definitely going to be this week, like almost guaranteed, unless it gets denied, which it doesn't appear to have been. Because it has to go through an approval process and everything, every single patch. Okay, do we have alignment here? Yes, way more than enough. And now that we got it rolling, it's automatic win at this point. Not much we need to worry about. Double check for any other extra turns laying around, which we do have. And that is super overkill. Any other weird moves we can go do to get a little bit more value? I guess we can go throw that down. Oh no, that's not enough to kill, is it? No. If it was an extra turn, we could, but let's just throw that down. And now anything we do, well, never mind. Down it goes. Perfect. Okay. Oh, winning with your best team in Guild Wars, if you were to try to do that, if you are a very low level, that's perfectly fine to do. Though, later on in the game, you can't really get away with that because you score so much less. But yes, it is better to score, to win 100% of the time with a team only using 2 or 3 colors, preferably 3, than it is to use a team that loses like 2 battles, yet it is using pure color. Because while you are getting a lot more points per battle, you are losing out on almost all those points every single time you get a lose. So you do have to keep that, weight that in mind as well. But yeah, for the most part, most people later in the game do try running pure, or at least mostly pure. But if you are really out of, like, you don't have any combinations, if you're a lower level, like level 200 or something, but you still want to do Guild Wars, yeah, you could basically just do whatever your best team is, or use something that has like 2 or 3 colors. And as long as you can get a decent win rate with that, it'll still score you more overall than what you would score with a perfect win pure color. But yeah, it really just depends on a lot of factors. It's if you're doing it casually, or if you're actually trying to like get higher ranks in it. Because for the most part, all of Guild Wars is not really worth it unless you're in like the top few brackets. Actually, basically what's visible right here. If your guild isn't anywhere within this kind of range, you don't really need to worry about Guild Wars much. It's kind of just a side thing that might give you a little bit of free seals as well as some free EXP per day, because it gives that 100% bonus whenever you defeat the opposing guild on a given day, which I don't believe we're doing, though it's kind of hard to tell because we haven't done a lot of our battles yet, whereas they have done almost all of theirs. But yeah, there really isn't too much of a benefit at lower brackets, because as far as how the rewards go down, oops, that's not the right one. Yeah, it is. Never mind. How the rewards go down, almost all of them are concentrated at the top 3 brackets. Like this forward is the top 3 brackets. And you can see that the disparity between the other ones is pretty trivial, the amount of difference between them. This is everything from rank... Wait, I'm starting to read this incorrectly. Never mind, this is everything from brackets 3 down, actually. So you can see that there's really not much of a difference between these. It only starts to make a really big difference once you start getting towards the higher ends of the Guild Wars. And a good majority of players aren't really there and don't really need to worry about it much. I know we do it like literally every single day, but it's not really something you should concern yourself with, most players. It's just kind of something you do for fun. Let's see. But yeah, let me go do a Wild Folk team real quick. Might as well go mess around with one. As requested. Maybe not against this, though. Let me go and use the money bags real quick, just to farm our free gold. Oh, did I not save the team? I hope I moved it. I know it's a really simple team to remember, but I don't know if I have it saved. No, I might have overwritten it earlier and not saved it to a spot. Let's see. Okay, well, fine. We'll put it right here, then. Is there... Wait, did I seriously not save it? I don't think I did. There it is. Okay, I saved it. It's that one. Alchemist money lender. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Click fight. There we go. Yeah, once we go clear this out real quick for the extra gold, we'll go do the Wild Folk team and go mess around with that. It's been a while since I actually used them. I don't think any new viable options came into the game, though. There would need to be like a whole kingdom related to Wild Folk for it to really come into play. Ever. So we're going to move that over. Let's get a bunch of everything. We need 1 alchemist, so hopefully he'll give... Okay. Okay. Be like that. That's really be super, super sad if we lose against that team. It's trying to, though. It's getting really close. It is attempting the best it possibly can to do such. Please, don't miss with 6. Got it. Okay. I know that was a really slow chance that would have actually landed, but there's so many reds on the board, it seemed like it would. And it did. So, do we have any really good Cascades laying around? I do not believe so. None that I can see immediately. And with that being said, I think I'm just going to throw another poke. Actually, before I do, let me take that way. Oh, nice. Got really lucky off the top. I don't believe we have another drop that we could do. No purples really on the board, so I'm just going to throw it for simple damage. And he's just going to throw an explosion. And yeah, obviously this one wasn't going to lose, though. It attempted. It definitely tried its best to try to get us to lose, that is for sure. Got like 3 skulls in a row to try to kill the, or did kill the alchemist. Oh, now we have to deal with this guy too, who has like 1 billion durability stats, but it should be fine. It's not like he's gonna do anything. Let's go get like one more poke, and that should be enough damage. No, a little bit short, but more reds will kill it out. So we'll do that down. And wait, that did enough? Oh yeah, because it's boosted on his HP too. I keep forgetting about that. I always think it's just the base damage, but no, he has this full boost ratio too off his HP value. Okay, let's go do a Wild Folk team against this then. So pure Wild Folk. Normally you would use a hero class too. I don't want to switch out at the moment though. So let's see what we can do without using our hero class. So we switch over to this, switch over to Wild Folk wherever it is. It's pretty much near mandatory if you're running full Wild Folk to run King Salinas, because he starts all Wild Folk with half mana. And from here, even though he automatically... Oh! Monkey Disciple. Interesting. You know what? We're going to use Monkey Disciple. I forgot. That's actually a new one that came into Wild Folk that might be viable. So we'll run with him. And yeah, we don't have too much else. I guess we'll throw that for the silence. And now we need something that covers purple, which Faunessa already starts with mana, so not worth it. You already start with fast, so not worth it. Tesca we could throw on our red that we have. It gives a extra magic buff to red, though her in general is pretty bad. I guess maybe we could throw a Ragnagord in there, but then we're missing purple. We could throw him. Let's see. Cleanse an ally, give them 21 to a random skill, and 2 magic. Double the effect if they are an ally Wild Folk. That could be very useful if it actually hits on what we wanted it to do. So I could do something like put a frontline King Salinas or something, because he's not going to gain much of a benefit. Unfortunately, there's no Wild Folk that actually boost. Oh, yes, there is. Never mind. There's actually one that boost ratios off of... Oh, okay. We'll do it that way then. We'll get a Tuskar, and then we just need one of them that uses purple. I guess we could go with that. Problem is, all the purple Wild Folk are useless. It's one of the reasons why you actually need the weapon, because you could just use a purple weapon instead if you were to use the correct hero class, which we're not going to do. Because, you know what, actually we could. Do I need it for tomorrow? I don't know, we'll just put something else here for now. We'll just go with next, because why not? So yeah, we could kind of work with this. Tuskar actually gets a pretty nice boost ratio. Well, we're going to use King Salinas first slot, which is a little bit of a bad idea. But I believe we can get away with it with everything else that we have. It has Impervious and everything too. It's mainly because I want to keep throwing all my buffs on him. So we're going to move that there, move that there. I want Tuskar up front so we can get the pokes. And we should be good. Okay, so we'll go throw this banner actually onto a green-blue. I want to get a rushed up Monkey Disciple and just keep spamming him out. And, oh, gosh, you have Swift. Why? This is the problem with Wild Folk. Like, half of Wild Folk, look at this. He starts with 75% mana. He starts with 50% mana. The only thing King Salinas is doing is giving Tuskar half mana. And that is why Wild Folk is never used. Okay, let's go and, where's my banner I'm looking for? Green, blue. Where's my Grimwoods? My Grimwood? I just passed it twice. There it is. Okay, let's go with this. It should work okay. Not really going to be too high impact, though, but we'll give it a shot as requested for an all Wild Folk team. We'll go take a skull here. Does that do anything bad? It gives him free reds, so let me actually go move that. Oops, that gives us free reds instead. Nice. And some free brown and a little bit of everything. Go move that. Since we started with half mana on everything and 75% on the one, very easily reached max. So, okay, we have a lot of things we need to go do here if we want to try getting something to work. So we throw this down first. We get HP, which is the most useless thing we could have gotten on him. Well, not the most useless. We needed attack or magic, neither of which we got there. So right here, we're going to throw this HP buff for even more HP. And now we can burn all of them. What's this boost ratio by? Oh yeah, Wild Folk, so it hits really high. So we're going to move that. I don't actually need it at the moment, but take the red. Don't need it at the moment because this all goes right into him. I need to throw his ability down. So we're going to do this and then get a nice poke. So we'll do that. Oh, he's using pure Impervious. Really? Haven't seen that for a while. Well, we can't burn him. But what? How much damage is this? That is 50. Wow, even with that much HP, you barely do anything. That is 72 damage. Which is a... No, that's not enough. No. Okay. That's only enough to kill Gloomleaf, I guess. So we'll go for that. Get the Gloomleaf kill. Do we have any real Cascades around? Not really. We'll go move the yellow over. Take a little poke. Or he'll take a little poke. Try getting its mana back up. Try for some Cascades. We'll take another poke. Perfectly fine. We have enough durability on him that it doesn't really matter at all. Blue. We do have our banner set to that, so we will go for it. Try getting his cast to actually land would be great. Problem is we don't actually have the mana. There we go. Go through this again. Get our HP buff. Keep cycling around. Or not really cycling that well, but get some of its mana back. Of course, it would hit its 25% chance to instant kill immediately. That's just what he's going to do. Gets a bunch of reductions, and of course he gets attack reduction, which is one of the better ones he could have gotten on that one. Throw that down. And yeah, not really working out that well. Against a all-impervious, somewhat weak team. But yeah, pure wild folk isn't really worth it. There's so many that have... There's so many that independently work on their own that you would never need to use a pure color team of it. Ever. So we'll go throw the yellow there. I think I should have put the banner onto King Salinas instead, especially since I'm using it in front of it. A little bit clunky in that regard. But we'll go through this another HP buff down. If nothing else, we might be able to win off of solo Tuskar at this point. Because he's going to have so much damage with all the HP we keep giving it. Okay, good. Wow, it just hit another... Oh, no, it didn't. Okay. Yeah, I forgot. It didn't. That was just it triggering the silence impervious. But, yeah, I forgot. It's instant kills actually hit through impervious. So if he would have triggered it, it still would have died, even though he has impervious trait. So right here, we're going to go for the poke, and that should definitely kill. And now we just basically have to keep casting Tuskar until we win, apparently. Because that appears to be our only real win condition at this point. So we'll go throw that down. That will kill. Get a side damage poke. And now we just have the one. All we have to do is get the Tuskar mana to full, and we'll be good to go. Unfortunately, he's being blocked, and he is diseased at the moment. So it's going to take us a little bit to get that up. But that is simply one single shot to kill it out. 0 attack on first slot, because good job. Really? Hate when that happens. Okay, we'll go and move that over. Nothing else. You still have your magic, so I could poke it right here. So, yeah, I guess we do indeed go for that. Don't believe that's enough damage, but one poke. Oh, never mind. We can't even take a skull. Forgot. So, we'll go move that over. Take our yellow. Any poke at this point will kill him, though, if we can get a cast. And all we need is one singular brown. Let's see if he actually baits it out. Yep, he does go for it. So, we'll go take a red, which we don't use anymore. Take the skull. One more will kill him. So, we'll try for the skull right there. We missed. Take our browns that we need, and as match. We don't have it for free, but we'll take it that way. And there we go. Solo Tuskar. Out of all the things that boost ratio off his stat, he's one of the absolute worst. He only has 1 to 2 based on HP and HP alone. You very, very rarely see him use, as well as Wild Folk in general. Out of Wild Folk, there are basically 5, I believe, viable troops, which is one of the reasons you almost never see it. Out of every single Wild Folk troop, oops, let me do it under category. The following are viable, and you never build a pure team out of it, pretty much. But out of all of these, the viable ones include King Salinas, Monkey Disciple, Ragnagord, and that's it. Never mind, that's even shorter. There's a few niche purposes instances where you would also use a couple of the other ones. But yeah, it's basically King Salinas, Monkey Disciple, Ragnagord, and you would never build a pure team out of any of it. Very situationally, Satire Magician is also viable. And even more situational to that, Salvasi is also sometimes viable. Also, fun fact, Salvasi is the first event troop ever added to the game as well. They've reworked him a couple times since then, but he still has the same general premise where he steals attack and gains it for himself. He didn't used to have the convert, and of course he used to, not only used to have different traits, but yeah, that's basically it. He used to have different traits. But yeah, he's pretty bad still. Still pretty bad, even after the convert and boost ratio and everything they gave to him. Let's see, what else did I might have missed in chat? But if you guys have any other questions, team build you want me to mess around with or anything, feel free to use them in the, or feel free to mention them in chat, and we'll definitely get around to going over them, or helping you, or answering the question, unless I missed it. I'm trying to read through everything. Normally if there's a question mark at the end of something, it's easier to see. Let's see. Oh, you ended up getting kicked about it because you didn't know the 24 troop thing? Yeah, definitely make sure you always do the 24 troop thing. It is really important. It counts as about 1/4 for your score in Guild Wars. It gives 12,000 points extra per week from doing literally nothing extra. And normally, most people score later in the game up around the 55,000 range for perfect score, or a little bit more towards 45,000 to 50,000 if doing a little bit less, which is easily, yeah, if you're using the... you definitely want to be using all 24 different troops, for sure. And by that, I mainly mean... actually, I haven't set all mine yet. But it only matters if you set it on the day. But, let me see. Like, right now. You technically can set it day by day if you truly want to, like we're doing it. But as you can see, all 4 of these haven't been set yet. But, yeah, you want to make sure all of them are completely different. As you can see, there's not a single repeat in that team compared to this team. I guess I'll go set all of them right now because, why not? I am going to be changing quite a few of these, but we'll go change them later. Let me just make sure I actually have them all set into something that's somewhat competent. Oops, that's not the right one. Defend brown, defend brown, defend brown. That one probably needs to switch because of Gob Chomper. Defend yellow. Guild War yellow. Make sure not to accidentally set your Guild War team on them too. I have almost accidentally done that before. Quite a few of these I do want to change though, and likely will be later on. Oops, again, I just clicked Guild War instead of defend. And defend purple. There we go. Okay, so all those are set now. But yeah, as you can see here, not a single one of them repeat. And to do this, you would, as you can see at the bottom now, it now shows that we're getting 12,000 points throughout the entire week. Every single time you use a team that doesn't have any conflicting colors compared to anything else, it will end up giving you 2,000 points. Do keep in mind, like I mentioned, it actually checks before. It only checks backwards on if you have used a pure color team. So if you somehow actually forget for whatever reason, like if you did what I did, for example, if you set a team here and a team here, but all 4 of these teams are exactly the same, you actually still keep getting your 2,000 points because it only checks backwards. Like right here, it'll check this team. It will check to see if we've used any on these previous teams to see if we've used any of the same exact troops. And if we didn't, it will give us the full 2,000 points. Like same as tomorrow. It doesn't matter if all of these are like the exact same after the fact. But we'd still want to make sure we change them. But like right here, it'll check on the date of, and like right when the next day switches over, and we go, let's say we're on day 3 now, and it will check this previous team and then that previous team. And as long as none of them are conflicting, you'll get your full points. But yeah, just setting them all immediately is normally the best idea. Having like 6 designated slots, as you can see, defend purple, defend yellow, defend brown, defend green, defend blue, all that. Doing that, it might use up 6 team slots. But it's you generally want to do that once you have like 10 plus team slots, because it'll save you a lot of hassle of constantly having to switch through them or accidentally changing the team on accident. Because for example, if we were to, let's say tomorrow, this is our defend blue team, but let's say I wanted to use a different team on this slot that I currently have set, and I accidentally forget that this was set as my defend, well, it will switch into, assuming the day hasn't occurred yet, it'll switch into whatever that team was that I was testing. So if I go put, like, let's say 3 Goblin Rockets and an Alchemist here, it's going to change this team to that, which will be very bad for our score. So do make sure that whatever 6 slots you use, you don't actually use them for anything else, because, yeah, if you accidentally change it, it will change it for this as well, even if you didn't intend it to do so. Because they're not locked in until the day actually starts for each one. Once the day already happened, you could change it to something else if you're, like, low on slots, but I would suggest setting 6 designated colors, or 6 designated slots for it. Let's see. You're looking for a unique mid-game unique defend yellow. Well, definitely Spirit Fox. So you have Dark Maiden, Holy Avenger, Wild Fang, and Spirit Fox. Sounds pretty nice. Holy Avenger I don't believe you need. What does Holy Avenger do? I actually forget what that even does off the top of my head. Or what it even is. Let me see. Holy Avenger. Is that a weapon? That might be why I don't remember it. Yes, it is. That's the deal triple damage weapon. Okay, that seems perfectly fine for mid-range yellow. Has everything you need. Has the Wild Fang, which does triple. Has Holy Avenger, which does triple, I think. No, yeah, it does do triple, so both of them do triple. You have the Dark Maiden for the counter, and you have the Spirit Fox for the counter. Though, I don't personally feel like you need both Dark Maiden and Spirit Fox. Spirit Fox alone is probably enough. You could probably replace out Dark Maiden for something else. The main reason I also say that is the AI, with the Dark Maiden in first slot, the AI is going to spam Dark Maiden a lot, and it's probably going to miss and make your team weaker. You'd be most likely better off just putting another damage source or another mana generator on the team. Probably a mana generator. As far as what you could use there, that really depends on what you have. Like a double trade Ragnargord, that's too expensive. You could go with an Azura if you're not using it for anything else, and just kind of go down that route. Because they're not really going to be denying out blue too much if they're using a yellow day team. But yeah, you don't really need both Dark Maiden and Spirit Fox, and I think it would be better value replacing out the Dark Maiden. Because you have to keep in mind whenever you build teams too, you have to build it around how dumb AI is. You have to make it so the AI won't mess it up, or at least will mess it up a little bit less minimally. Because there's a lot of things that the AI just does not use correctly on defense, particularly if it's used in a particular spot. But yeah, building a whole team around Tuskar isn't too bad if you get the life buffs that you need for him, because he can reach up to one-shots. Not something you would really use this late in the game, since there's so many other things that boost ratio better, but he is a cheap alternative for that. That is for sure. Another alternative that's really cheap too, though it is based on armor instead of HP, is Rowan. Rowan you get for free from completing out the Forest of Thorns Kingdom, and she boost ratios at a 2 times boost ratio based on armor. So if you have 50 armor, that's 100 damage on top of the little bit of damage she also does offer ability as well. I know, I need to go do my dungeons. I am aware. I wasn't going to forget. I was just not doing them yet. Okay, we'll go do our explore team, throw this down, and go from there. So right off the bat, firebomb, firebomb. Go get that rolling. Firebomb number 1. Firebomb number 2. Ready Rowan. Ready Sunbird. And repeat it 2 more times against slightly stronger troops. Okay, once again, firebomb. Oh, should have taken the blue. Oh, I get a second chance. We'll take it that time. Get a Rowan. Before I do, let me take that. Double check board. Looks good. Throw a Rowan. Throw a Sunbird. Dead. 1 more. And there we go. The 2-minute dungeons. So, a little bit of a bad board. Hopefully we get some good explosions. Nice. Exactly so. Go throw a Rowan first, get another firebomb down. No free greens, unfortunately. Was hoping we could get some alignment there. Got a bunch of manas on the cascade, none that we actually needed though. Throw the blue over because we have the banner set to it. And Rowan for the kill and dead. There we go, dungeons completed. Poor dungeons. I still completely laugh at the fact that they said this was supposed to be mid to late game content. It's basically early to mid range. It's still something you have to do every single day, though, because it gives a lot of resources, or a lot of materials, that you can't gain by really any other means at the moment, other than, like, from your guild for a very small amount. But, yeah, we kind of have to get Soulforge supplies. I'm really curious, we'll have a lot of stuff to go over starting tomorrow and everything, because if next patch is indeed starting tomorrow, I'm going to need to start grinding a lot. Because there's a new resource coming into the game that I'm going to be needing, and everyone's going to be needing, to max out every troop in the game. There's a bunch of new orbs that are going to be coming in tomorrow, or assuming the patch is indeed coming out tomorrow, as someone kind of alluded to. But it's going to allow you to... Well, there's going to be a lot of them. We don't know exactly what all of them do. But some of the orbs are going to allow you to ascend troops without having the copies for it. This is exactly what I need, and a lot of people need. Mainly because, let's see, this is super rarity. Mainly because there's, whenever new troops come out, it is super, super hard to actually max them out. The reason for this is it's so hard to get copies of them. But they're adding some orbs that are actually going to be able to ascend your troops without having the copies to ascend your troops. So, that is going to be very, very convenient. How rare they are, we'll have to see. They're probably going to take like an hour, 2, 3 hours, maybe to get one, we'll have to see. But, regardless, if we do happen to get them, the first thing they're going to, I'm going to convert all of them, if it's possible to convert them, all into Ascension Orbs, and then ascend everything that we don't have ascended. Then we can finally have everything in Mythic, as well as all feature content immediately Mythic, which will be nice. Because like right now, for example, as you kind of saw in Guild Wars today, we had a little bit of a struggle with, well, not really a struggle, but it still scored well. But with Guai, there was the issue of him not having enough durability to not be one-shot. But if we had a Mythic, that might be a different case. And things like Diviner and such, she's only epic, and it'll be till Monday until we can actually get her maxed. And a lot of these troops are going to be like a month or 2, maybe even 3 before we get them up. So like this one's been out since the previous patch, and he's still not even mythic yet and stuff like that. Same as Solzara. Solzara could be even longer. But we could simply just use Ascension Orbs and then boom, get it right back up. And I don't believe Ascension Orbs require any copies of the troop either. So as long as you have at least one, you could just ascend it all the way to Mythic. It could be a common, and boom, you could ascend to Orbit to Mythic. Though, realistically, that probably wouldn't be possible, because they're probably really expensive. You'd most likely only use it as your last Ascension to do that final one that you need to Mythic it. Like, to get a base, or not a base Legend, but anything that's currently at Legend, and get it all the way up to Mythic at that point. There's also one that completely maxes out a troop, though. There is an orb that, if you use it on a troop, it will give it all traits, fully mythicked, and level 20. I'm pretty sure that is almost impossible to get that orb. I have no clue how rare it'll be. But yeah, it completely maxes out. So that's going to be kind of interesting when that gets added, because that will help a lot of people. It's also going to be really good for new content, because if we can accumulate a couple of those And when a new kingdom comes out, all we need to do is get one of each copy. Boom, it's just completely maxed with those orbs. Pretty sure it'll take like 5 hours to get each orb though or something. Because right now to do the trait stone farming, well, if you were to do all the farming, not counting the number of troops that you need to get a troop to fully maxed out, let's say for example a legend, let's say Magnus for example, the amount of time that it takes to fully get all the souls and the amount of trait stones you need to max them out is approximately 2 to 3 hours on average to get all the souls and all the trait stones you would need to max them out. Maybe slightly longer if you get very unlucky, but on average should be about 2 to 3 hours, maybe 4. But that's only if you get unlucky. So on average, let's say 3 hours. So we'll have to see exactly how long it takes those Ascension Orbs to get. Probably going to take longer than 3 hours, mainly because they also do the number of troops as well. That's something that currently can't really be farmed that easily, is the Ascension Orbs. But yeah, those Ascension Orbs and those maxed out orbs are the two main things I really want to farm out. No clue exactly if there's any specific way to grind them next patch, but those are the two main ones that I think will be the most valuable. Yeah, there's new orbs coming in. They're going to be able to max level troops. They're going to be able to max level traits. It's not going to be able to do anything that's not already existing in the game, I don't believe. But it's going to be an easier way to basically max out the troops you like, as well as for endgame players to get full completion and stuff like that. So it's going to be really nice. It's also going to make it so whenever new troops come out, you don't need to spend as many resources. Which is good because I'm starting to run low. We only have like 7,000 gems left. We are getting very, very low on resources. Not so, everything else is pretty good, but not so much on the gems, that's for sure. Also, my glory reserve, I'm not quite sure what I'll do in my glory reserve now, because with those orbs, I might not actually need a gigantic stash of glory. In that case, I'm probably still going to keep accumulating it. I do one day want to reach 1,000,000 glory. That'd be kind of cool. That would take forever, though. That's not any kind of goal, any kind of immediate goal, that's for sure. But that would be kind of cool, having 1,000,000 glory. I don't think anyone has yet to achieve 1,000,000 glory, though. I'm pretty sure there's people closer than us to achieving it, so we're probably not going to be the first, even if we do try. Anyways, guys, I believe I am going to start heading out for the night. Let me just go over whatever other few questions there might be, so if you do have any, leave it on. Because I do want to get to bed a little bit earlier, because I do want to wake up and do the best teams video. Hopefully the patch isn't out by then, but probably going to do the best teams video, get a nice amount of sleep, and then tomorrow night we'll probably be streaming for a couple hours if the patch comes out, because of course if the patch is coming out, what we're going to be doing is playing the patch. So do keep in mind, next stream might not be at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, 1 hour prior to now. It might be at a slightly different time, depending on when the patch is coming out. Because if it is indeed coming out tomorrow, I want to make sure we're actually streaming, of course, for the new patch. So we're going to do Guild Wars after the new patch and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I definitely want to make sure it's out if it is indeed coming out tomorrow before we stream. So do keep in mind it might be at a really weird time tomorrow when we do stream. How much notice would we get from the devs on the patch updates? They've done it with less than an hour notice before. Normally they'll make a little post on their things like saying, hey, we're going to be down for a little while for maintenance. But lately they haven't even been needing to go down for maintenance lately. So I know the previous patch, it came out like out of nowhere, like with 1 hour notice. It's like, hey, we're going to be doing a patch. It doesn't have any downtime and it's just going to come in and then be done with it. It came out of nowhere, and yeah, sometimes they don't do that much of a notice. But yeah, hopefully they'll give us at least like a 12-hour notice or something. Normally they only do, like I mentioned, if the servers are going down, they will. If the servers are not going down, yeah, we might not get any notice at all. But yeah, if it is indeed coming out, we have a lot of things to go over, and probably in the next few weeks we'll be doing videos and guides for all that kind of stuff. But anyways, guys, I'm starting to ramble right now. I'll see you all later. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Hopefully patch will be out. Oh, just got your first Kraken. How do you use it in an early to mid-level team? If you have a giant spider or green slime, you're pretty much good to go. Use it with that. Use it with one other exploder. Giant spider into Kraken is enough to basically instant win. So, yeah, that's pretty strong. Just keep doing it over and over again. They feed each other mana. You can maybe do a Valkyrie to assist it. It's pretty cheap. And maybe one other troop. Green Seer Giant Spider would also work really well with it, though I don't know if you have a Green Seer. It's a little bit more expensive. Anyways, guys, I'll see you all later. Have a wonderful rest of your week, and hopefully new patch soon, TM. See y'all. Goodbye, everyone.